It's Matt. I'm out here at the range today with the new Springfield Echelon COA. This particular model is a 4.5 inch full size. They make it in a 4.0 compact, which would be the same size as this gun here. And then they make it in the 4.5 FC. I'm sorry, the 4.0 FC, which, to use Glock parlance, is a 45 sized gun. It is a full size grip with the compact slide. The nice thing about the Echelons is if you don't like the grip size or shape that you have, you can buy a different grip module and swap it out. The reason I'm out here today is Glock no longer is the only company offering the Aimpoint COA Optic. All right, before we dive too deep into the Springfield Echelon COA, I do need to thank my channel sponsors. Boise Black Rifle has been the longest channel sponsor we've had here at 2A Cops. They do a lot for me, including helping me grab this gun early. And then my newest channel sponsor is going to be Wasson Watch Company. Besides making beautiful watches, they are the watch company that knows what time it is. It's a Texas-based company that is as pro-gun, pro-America as I am. And I could not be happier to be partnered with them now. If you are looking to pick up a beautiful field watch, hit up Wasson Watch Company and use 2A Cops as a discount code. It'll save you 10% on a beautiful watch. And last but not least, I need to thank Aegis Gun Care. Their lubricants and cleaners are used on all of my firearms. Speaking of that, I will be using some of that tomorrow when I clean this thing up. In addition to that, keep an eye out for their brand new can suppressor cleaning system that will be out here very shortly. I'm going to get my hands on one tomorrow, and I will be doing a review on that. I've got several suppressors that are dirty, and I will be seeing how well that thing does on them. So, Aegis Gun Care, thank you very much. All right, now let's get back into the Springfield Echelon COA. My local gun store managed to snag 6 of these, 2 of each different size, and I grabbed one in the 4.5 inch full. I'm going to be shooting this today for the first time with a COA. I own several. You already saw my compact. Here's my full size. I like the Echelon a lot. I wasn't super excited about the COA when it was a Glock exclusive. I am not knocking Glock at all. I own a lot of Glocks. I will never get rid of the Glocks, but I don't favor the Glock any longer. I have switched over to Echelons. My daily carry gun here, my shit hits the fan belt gun here. So when Springfield announced the COA, I was pretty excited, even though normally I am not an optic snob. I run a lot of hollow sun optics on my handguns, and on my full size, I've been running a EOTech E-Flex. Not real happy with that optic. Doesn't go bright enough, and battery life sucks, and there's no shake awake. So I was already looking at buying a replacement optic for this gun, and wouldn't you have it know it, the COA came out. So I am out here, just picked this gun up. I am going to run it and see how it shoots. In talking to a few people about the COA, there was some concerns that this would not fit in any of the existing holsters for the Springfield Echelon. This is my existing holster that I have been running this gun in for, well, since I bought this gun. This is the COA equipped gun. I don't even have a light on it, but it fits in there just fine. Let's see if I can get that camera to pick it up. There's plenty of clearance around the top of the optic and the front of it. So it does fit without any issues in the Safariland duty style holsters for the Echelon. Can't guarantee it's going to fit in other holsters. Let's see here. This is my stealth gear holster. I daily carry this gun in it. It does have an open end for the muzzle, so it will accommodate both full size and the 4.0, the 4.5 and the 4. It does not click in because I don't have a TLR7 on the gun right now, but just to show that it does fit. So that's 2 holsters that I've got for this gun, and it does fit on both of them. Looking at where they mounted the COA on the slide, it looks like the COA is exactly the same depth set back from the ejection port. So height-wise, it's actually lower than my E-Flex, which is pretty darn low on there anyway. So it should not be there should be no clearance issues on holsters. All right, now let's get this thing over on the range, zero the optic, and start putting it through its paces. All right, so we got targets set up downrange. You can see them there. I am not shooting at steel right now. I am just going to be shooting at the paper to try and zero this thing. All right, let's see where we're at right off the dot here, right off the top. They may have zeroed this thing from the factory. That was me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing is zeroed. Let's go for a headshot. This thing's already zeroed from the factory. If it's not, it didn't need it. Damn it. I tend to do that. That's all the bullets I got on me. That's 400 rounds that I've put through this since I got out here. All right, back from the range. Truck's unloaded, got cleaned up a little bit, and I am ready to talk to you a little bit more about the Springfield Echelon COA. So COA is the aimpoint optic, and it is a very specific mounting cut in the slide. We'll only accept that optic. So the front of it drops in, and then the rear sight here has two screws that bolt down onto the top of the slide, and that clamps this rear portion of the optic in place. The cut on the optic on the slide has a center groove, actually outside edges come down a little bit further, that keeps the thing from rotating on the slide, from twisting, from sliding sideways. The mounting system keeps it from sliding back and forth. It's a very, very secure mounting system. For that matter, you can see the rear of this, if it'll shine, if it give me, there we go. The rear of this is actually angled down on the cut. So as this thing clamps down, it's pushing it further forward. It's a very good design as far as the design of an optic mount. While I was out at the range, if you're noticing that the frame here, the dust cover on the bottom of the slide is not going all the way to the front of the slide, that's because while I was out at the range, I swapped out the grip module for the FC grip module, which allows me to put either a compact slide on here or leave the full size slide on it. So if I wanted to, I could take the slide off of my compact, put it on here. The Echelon is a fired control module type of gun. In other words, the serialized part is a little frame that drops down into the grip module, and you can move it from grip module to grip module. It's one of the big pluses going for the Echelon. The slide serrations, front and rear, it still has the same the two little wings on the back of the slide. So all the stuff that you like about an Echelon, if you like the Echelon, is still there. The only thing they have changed is it no longer uses their optic mounting system, which is a very well thought out optic mounting system. It no longer uses that, it's using the COA specific optic mounting system. The only knock I have about this gun over any of the earlier versions is going to be the iron sights that they give you with the COA. The original iron sights, you can see that, there we go, there we go, is a green front dot with a tritium insert, so it does glow at night, and a white U-notch on the rear. I love that sight setup. On the COA gun, black, black. They didn't do the same sights. I wish they would have stuck with the U-notch and the front green dot with the tritium insert. I never confused those. I like the fact that they had originally used the green, because if you're running a red dot sight, you aren't going to confuse the two and see your front sight and think that's your dot and fire. They could have stuck with that on here as well. Gun shot great. I've got a little over 400 rounds through it now. I think about 420 or so rounds through it. Zero malfunctions other than shooter-induced slide failures to lock open. If you're looking for a very well thought out handgun with a very well thought out optic, Springfield Echelon, they've got it in 3 different sizes with this optic on it. Very solid setup. Let me wrap this up by saying, remember, practice your ABCs. Always be carrying. Have your gun with you at all times. You never know when you're going to need it. You don't get to plan for when you're going to need it. The bad guys do. And you don't know what they're going to do. So have it. ABCs. Practice them. Stay safe. Have a good one.